No matter if you've just got FC25 or if you've had it since day one, there's nothing better than a nice long-term FIFA Career Mode save. I found 4 of my favourite teams that you should give a go on FC25 and I'm sharing them with you today in this video. So let's get started straight away with the first one, and to understand why I'm going to recommend taking over Newport County with Aaron Ramsey, we're going to have a really brief history lesson. So let's go back to 1980, and Newport County are heading into the second leg of the Welsh Cup. Newport have already won promotion to the English 4th Division, which is now known as League 2, earlier in this same season. They go into the second leg already ahead 2-1 on aggregate. All they need is a draw and they've qualified for Europe. That's right, despite only 4 years earlier nearly going bankrupt, Newport would win the game and qualify for Europe while playing in League 2. Bringing Newport back to Europe and also completing a Welsh legend's dream to manage their national team could be one of the most fun saves that I've ever thought about. You also get to build up your club and your nation while playing in a rival country. If you get bored of being at Newport, Ramsey could believably switch to any of his former clubs, which all have very different challenges. Cardiff, Arsenal, Forest, Juventus and Rangers are all really fun saves, and all of them you can do of course while remaining as Wales manager. It should be quite easy to get the Newport manager role just by retiring in player career mode with Aaron Ramsey, but if you're struggling to get the offer, try moving him to one of the best teams in League 2 or the worst teams in League 1 just before you start your player career mode save. I really love the idea of Aaron Ramsey bringing a southern Welsh team into the English Premier League, and of course you'll have rivals like Wrexham, Cardiff and Swansea playing in every division upon the way. If you want a long-term save, I don't think it gets much longer and much more fun than this one. While Newport County only had a single chance to play in Europe, Malaga were European regulars, and at one point only a decade ago, the 3rd best team in Spain. I think a lot of us will remember that team from 2013 that had Isco, Santi Cazorla, Ruud van Nistelrooy and Joaquin, but now you're going to have to rebuild Malaga as Spain's 3rd worst team. They were last at this level in 2023, and after an awful season, they actually finished bottom of the 2nd tier. After spending a year in the 3rd division, they're finally back in FIFA Career Mode. To be honest, other than their status as a legendary Career Mode side, Malaga is your typical 2nd division rebuild save. You have some recent history that you can try and recreate. I mean, it's only about 5 years ago they were mid-table in La Liga, and you can be very aggressive with your signings straight from the first day of your Career Mode save. You don't need to do the typical buy low rated players and develop them to be La Liga ready. You can just buy the best players in the 2nd division and build your team up that way instead. You could also try and sign lots of players from La Liga, especially from Real Betis, as both clubs are based in Andalusia in the south of Spain. But you should definitely make sure you avoid signing players from their fierce rivals, Granada and Seville. Rebuilding Malaga to finally reach a European final should take most of the 15 years you're given in career mode, even if you do only need a single promotion. Malaga is a fun save, especially if you played FIFA 13 back in the day. It's a little bit annoying that EA hasn't added their stadium that used to be in FIFA, but everything else about this club is set up for an ideal rebuild. They're known for their academy, their takeover for playing in Europe and signing legendary older players, and also, if they get promoted, they're fighting against 2 of the best teams on the entire game in Barcelona and Real Madrid. You can literally take this save in any direction once you get to La Liga, and I'll leave it up to you what kind of rebuild you want to do. You might have thought it was strange that I was suggesting a 2nd division save as a long-term save, but this next team is actually already in their country's top flight. In 1979, Malmo lost to Nottingham Forest in the Champions League final, and to date remain the only Swedish club to progress that far in Europe's biggest club competition. A number of Swedish internationals have started their careers at Malmo, including Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and that's why this is going to be such a long save. Similarly to the Newport one, I would love to see someone try to rebuild Malmo, reach the Champions League final, and the whole time only using academy players from Scandinavia. There's such a small amount of money in the Swedish Allsvenskan, but there is a huge amount of talent. Malmo are the biggest club in the division, but they also start out with the biggest budgets. But try to bring the average overall ratings of all the other clubs in the league up with yours. You can do this quite easily with swap deals, but make sure just to accept loan offers from other clubs too, just to improve the standard of the league in every area. I think there's enough money and support in Sweden to bring at least 3 of the clubs in the league up to 75 overall, and it is actually quite sad to see IFK Göteborg and AIK both under 3 stars this year on FC25. Rebuilding the Allsvenskan takes a lot more effort than building someone like Malaga, but the end result of having huge derby games, hopefully in the biggest stage like the Champions League, seems like it would be totally worth it to me. Basically, the challenge with Malmo is to take a domestically dominant club, turn them into a European challenger, and also rebuild your country. With how far the Allsvenskan is behind the Premier League, this will probably take about a dozen seasons, especially if you're also focusing on building up some of the worst teams with academy players that you don't feel like using. If you're not feeling Sweden, how about the team that developed Luis Suarez, Virgil van Dijk and Arjen Robben? FC Groningen have just been promoted from the Eerste Divisie and they're back in FC25. These guys are ideal for a really long save, even if you don't need to win promotion, just like in that Malmo save we just talked about. With a reputation for bringing through multiple players who are over 90 potential, there aren't many better sides for a youth academy focused save. It's really easy to get top talents in the Netherlands, but Groningen are also only 26 miles from Germany and about 100 miles from Denmark, and these 3 nations can provide a ton of super fun talents throughout your save. So while they weren't on FC24, Groningen were focusing on replacing as many of their relegated squad, who was actually quite old, with a lot of very good young players. If you check out their squad on FIFA, you'll see how much potential they have, and so many of their squad can become good enough for at least the Europa League, and a few might even be able to play in the Champions League once they're at their maximum potential. Basically, Groningen are a very fun youth-based save in a top league. You won't have to do the league building that Malmo saves do, because the Eredivisie is already a top 5 league. Ajax and PSV have squads that are literally full of potential, so while your team develops thanks to your youth academy, these clubs will also be improving thanks to their existing squads. It wouldn't actually surprise me if you have several 80 rated teams by the end of Season 5, and I really enjoy this kind of save, and hopefully you will do too. As long as you keep some kind of level of realism in this, like selling your players to higher rated leagues, you'll have a challenging long save, where you rebuild a high potential team to finally rival some of this nation's most successful clubs. Hopefully you liked at least one of these save ideas that we've talked about today, and if you want to give one of them a go and get in one of the videos I'm about to make, then make sure you join the Discord by following the link that's in the description below. I'll be posting a save review almost every single month between now and June, so you've got plenty of time to submit a save that you're interested in getting reviewed. A lot of people like those videos, so I thought I'd just give it a little bit of a shout out at the end of this one. But thank you for watching. Check out the playlist and the video that's on screen right now if you're interested in watching more of my content. Subscribe so you don't miss any of those save reviews, and I'll see you soon. Cheers and goodbye.